I gave a keynote presentation at a marketing conference recently. When I finished and left the stage, the first question I received was, "Spencer, how can you be so confident on the stage?" My reply was, well, I arrived here 2 days ago and spent all of yesterday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. practicing my presentation until I couldn't bear to hear the words anymore. Then this morning when I woke up at 6 a.m. and practiced a few more times until I had to leave to come here. Then I knew the presentation inside out and can focus on the audience more when I talk. Practicing your presentation is critical if you want to give a great performance and feel confident. I'm going to share with you my process for gearing up for a presentation in a meeting or a conference or a Zoom call that will help you rehearse effectively. Sound good? Okay, let's get into it. You want to set aside time to be able to practice your talk at least 8 times. Yes, I know you're busy and I know it's not reasonable, and that's the point. It's a true power move in making you a great communicator. I start rehearsing once my script or outline is done. Part of my process of getting the outline is to practice the talk when it's really rough, as this helps it get it into my words and style and tone. You will need to refer to your outline or look at the presentation screen a bit. This is fine and part of the process. I'm not trying to memorize word for word, as that is a dangerous strategy, as if you forget on stage, it's hard to get back. You want to aim for getting the flow, topics, and main points to feel like second nature. Once I have the presentation design down, it's time to lock myself in a room and speak out loud the presentation. It feels rough, but that's fine. Keep going. You'll find that you want to make some changes to the flow or certain parts of the presentation as you do this. This is great and will improve it. After practicing the talk 3 or 4 times, it will start to feel good. Now, with the next couple of practices, I'm aiming to get through the whole thing smoothly, without any script or outline, and feeling like I have it in my mind. Then I switch to practicing the transitions. This can be moving from one topic to another, or even between slides. But practicing the transitions can really help with memorizing the flow of the talk. By now, it's starting to feel comfortable. Then I will record myself. Yes, I know it's horrible. We all hate seeing ourselves, but you're not going to show it to anyone. But it gives you a lot of insights into how you look and what are you doing with your hands, as well as spotting any ums and ers. By the way, to get rid of filler words, a pro tip is to raise your voice by 20% so it's out of your natural range. First of all, this makes for a better level for the audience anyhow, in a room or especially over video, but raising your voice 20% also eliminates filler words. Finally, I practice a few times with music or the TV on to distract me to really check if the talk is cemented in my mind. Once you can do the talk with a distraction going on, you're in a great place. Even if you suddenly go blank 20 minutes before you present, don't worry. It's all in your mind. Just trust in the process and the practice that you have done. Another pro tip to always remember the first 2 minutes is to borrow from a memory champion technique called memory palaces. Visualize a post-it note on your apartment front door with the first 3 things that you need to talk about. If you suddenly go blank in the minutes before showtime, you can easily visualize your front door and the post-it note. If this talk is high stakes and really important to you, then you might want to ask someone to be a test audience and get some feedback. This serves as more practice time as well as seeing how it lands with other people. Finally, remember to do a tech check of everything before you go live. If you are speaking at a conference, then go meet the AV team ahead of time, thank them and make sure everything is good with your presentation. If you're presenting virtually, then check everything before showtime. Remember, it's about rigorous preparation and practice to fine-tune your delivery. Every step you take is a building block towards delivering a flawless presentation. The key to a great performance lies not just in what you say, but in how well prepared you are to say it. By embracing these strategies, you'll not only enhance your speaking skills, but also connect more effectively with your audience, leaving a lasting impression. So take these tips, practice with purpose, and step onto the stage with confidence. You got this. You can conquer your fear of public speaking once and for all. The reason I'm so sure is because it's our biology at work, which means we're all the same and we know how to manage it. We have 8 core emotions, and fear is one of our 5 survival emotions. Emotions are actually experienced as physical reactions in our body. What happens when we experience fear? Well, sweaty palms, fast heartbeat, dry mouth, ring any bells? Behind the scenes, a part of our brain called the amygdala alerts our nervous system, which releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. We can never completely remove that feeling of being nervous, and that's a good thing, but we can manage it and make it less powerful. So let's talk about the 2 main ways you can do this. The first is experience, and the second is positive self-talk. Before we jump in, I want to point out that there is no quick solution to managing our nerves or our fear. It's a worthy pursuit, and the victory is secured in the trenches of practice. Okay, let's start with experience. Like any fear, wasps, spiders, heights, flying, the way to overcome it is through exposure. Do the thing that scares you until it doesn't. That's how I overcame my fear of speaking and learned to manage my nerves. You need to find as many opportunities to get up in front of people and speak. When I joined Prezi back in 2014, I decided that I wanted to become a keynote speaker. I made a mistake in the beginning and climbed onto a stage at a big conference to speak in front of 300 people. It was a very traumatic experience, but I learned a lot about myself and what I needed to do. So I used the Meetup app and started asking event organizers if I could come and talk to their group about storytelling. I spent 2 years talking at least once a month to groups of people from 20 to 50 people. It was an amazing experience that got me invited to company and industry conferences. My confidence grew with that experience. The second tool in the toolbox we have for confidence is positive self-talk. By repeating and reminding ourselves why we are excited about this talk or presentation or meeting, we can significantly reduce how nervous we feel. In those moments when we feel nervous before a talk, our brain is really good at making us think it's going to go wrong and who am I to be doing this? Imposter syndrome kicks in and we spiral down a really negative path that makes us feel terrible. However, emotions are physical, remember? Have you ever stopped to think about what we feel when we're excited? Fast heartbeat, adrenaline, racing heart, exactly the same physical symptoms as when we are scared. So, by telling our conscious mind to interpret those subconscious physical manifestations as excitement, we can rewire our brain over time to see it as excitement. I always tell myself before a stage talk, hey, maybe I can help people succeed in their job more. Or if it's before a big meeting in my company, hey, maybe this will help me be seen as a trusted advisor. Find what excites you about the talk and focus your mind on this. Again, it's not a one-time and done type thing. You need to do it over and over again. But every time you feel the negative thoughts rise up, focus on what excites you. Conquering the fear of public speaking is a journey of understanding your biology and harnessing it to your advantage. Through experience and positive self-talk, you can transform anxiety into excitement, turning each speaking opportunity into a step towards confidence. Remember, there's no overnight fix. It's a process of practice and mindset adjustment. By embracing your experiences and reframing your thoughts, you'll not only manage your nerves, but also unlock your potential to inspire and engage any audience. Keep pushing your limits. Focus on excitement and watch as your fear turns into your strength. You're capable of more than you think. It's time to believe in your voice and let the world hear it.